Hi guys, Dorothy here with Done by Dorothy. We're here today. I want to working on our Mira Nature album, and we're working on our third signature today. We finished our first two already. Before we get to that though, let me remind you to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell if you want to be notified as these are put out, or premieres, things like that. We also post to different Facebook groups, so you'll see that there. All of our links are in the description box below. So before we get a little bit into our signature, I did want to show you, I wanted to find the things that I would put, what I could tuck in the little, the center envelopes. And so I decided to try to print some of the pages off on some of my tea-dyed paper, and I don't know if you can see those or not. They came out gorgeous. These have not even been inked yet, so I'll ink one up real fast because that ink just was gonna just add to the gorgeousness of it. Because that darkness around the outside edge just, and this is a darker piece, so I probably should have used one of the ones that are lighter. I mean, technically I have to do this anyway, so eventually, so doing it now is, and we've been working, if this is the first video you've seen, we've been working on our Mira Nature Journal, and it is coming along gorgeous. Absolutely love it. Okay, and then let me pull my envelope from the center. Let's see, yeah, see, it's not gonna fold easy. Oh, it actually will fit if you just fold it in half. Awesome. It'll give you a room for maybe a postcard or something like that. So I'm gonna ink my fold line up. And you don't have to do that. That's just one of those peculiar things that I do. Okay, so inked up. That's gorgeous. Oh, I got it upside down. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and slide this in there. So yeah, that just fits in there. Let me put this in the center of this one. Okay, we'll go ahead and ink the rest of these up. That's something we're gonna have to do eventually anyway, so I might as well do it now while we're doing it and be done with it. Now, I fed my tea-dyed paper through my printer. I don't have a laser printer, I have an office jet, and I actually tea-dyed it, let it dry, and then I pressed these under a pile of books, to sort of flatten them out. And then I run them through my printer, but I feed it one page at a time. I don't put 10 pages because they'll balk up in there and sort of pull each other in. I feed it one page at a time. So, I mean, it takes a little bit of time to do, but it's more than worth it. And every once in a while it will, especially if you have sort of a wobbly edge, it'll pick it up and send it through crooked. One of the pages that I was doing for this, because I was working on some other stuff too, but the one page that I did, it fed through crooked, so you could see this is a whole page, so it fed it through about that much off. But this just created a small one, which I'm going to use for something else. So, and it's one of those things you just sort of keep an eye on, and you know, and that's why I feed mine one at a time, because I like being able to, if you know something goes crazy, then I can pull. Although it's never hurt my printer. It doesn't phase my printer at all. I have a HP Envy. Actually, I had a more expensive printer that I paid quite a bit of money for, and had nothing but problems with it. And I bought the HP Envy, and it's a 5055. Trying to remember if I bought it at Walmart. No, I think I bought it off Amazon. I bought it off Amazon, and it was shipped, and it's part of the HP Instant Ink program. And I'll put my referral code down below. If you don't know what that is, and you're printing all the time, you really, really need to jump on the Instant Ink thing, because, like, I pay $20 a month, but I can print up to 700 pages at the highest quality. And when I run out of ink, I just get more in the mail. It works great. And they have like I said, I have the $20 a month plan, which I was spending more than $20 a month in ink cartridges. So, I mean, you do have to have a Instant Ink printer, and it has to be online at all times, so they can know when you're out of ink and all that. So, I mean, if you have, but ours hooked through our router really easy. Extremely simple, worked great. So I will put a code and a link to the HP Instant Ink site if you're interested in it. Check it out. Like I said, it's saving me around $60 a month. And if I don't use all 700 pages in 1 month, then they roll over. But and it's I think it's $20 for, and that's like the biggest package they have. And then they've got a package that's as small as like $2.99, I think, or I don't know. I would have to look again because I haven't did any of the small ones. But I know when I got my printer and hooked it up, I ended up, by the time they give you free months and stuff when you get a new printer and all that, and I bought mine off Amazon. By the time I ended up with it, I had 6 months worth of free ink and printing. So within that 6 months, I paid for the cost of my printer, and then, you know, even without that, I was going through close to like $80, $85. This is the one I already filled this, didn't I? I was going through like $85 a month in ink. So, you know, the first month I saved. So this fit in there just cute. So that'll give us, and you know, that'll give the perfect little place to journal on the back. Oh yeah, that's so pretty. That would be pretty to, even if you were making a gift for someone, you know, to print them out, you know, maybe a little bit bigger, like, you know, and do like a stationery set. That'd be a gorgeous birthday gift. Do like a mini stationery set for someone. Okay. So, our middle envelopes are done. So that was, well, we didn't do the outsides, but that's it. So, let's get started on this. Again, I'm not going to do anything with these. I don't know. I'll come back to that front one. I know I'm not in the back because it's got the dandelion. We may come back and do something to that. We'll see. Okay, so this is the part while he's going to take a walk. We didn't want to use that, so I do need to do my coffee dyed paper in there. And again, I'm going to use my tear roller because I like the way it looks. So, okay, I need to take about that off there. And I just sort of hold it on there and guesstimate. And this was actually the page that I had the tree on when I, we watercolored the tree and stuff in the second one, and I'm just using it. It's got brown and stuff on there, but a little bit of Mod Podge and stuff, but it'll work perfect. And then I'm not wasting got a little green and a little brown paint and stuff on it, which goes right with it. The whole theme of the journal. Wonderful, beautiful nature. I think I'm going to leave those like that. Yep, I will. Perfect. My edges. So we're moving right along. We're doing a pretty good pace. I hope everybody's keeping up. If you're having trouble keeping up, you know, let me know. That's one thing, because I've been releasing these like every day. I know some people are really, really busy. So, you know, if every day is too much and maybe you want like 3 a week, you know, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday release, instead of every day, comment below and let me know. Because, I mean, I know it is hard to keep up with them. Believe me, I know. But, you know, if you think, you know, maybe less, you know, 2 or 3 times a week. I don't want to, like, overcrowd where you can't do, you know, where you feel like, well, I've started this, so I need to watch this. And, you know, you've got, I mean, there's other YouTube people out there, too, besides me, obviously, that are really awesome people to watch. So I don't want to, like, take away from your crafty vibe. Okay, so let's put this on here. Varnish that really well. And then again, I'm going to come down and fold. So we've got that flip up right there, which is really cute. I like that. So this is our walk that goes on the front. Okay, we have this in here, and I actually had this, and it looks like he's dead, but he's not. It's just showing his belly because of his coloring. So I'm going to ink this up on the edges. And I'm just going to put this on there just to add some color. I thought it would be really cute. We don't really have any just plain images other than the pages, so I thought that fit really well through there. And again, I sort of pulled some of this out ahead of time, so to try to save on time, and I still take forever, but it takes a long time to, you know, if you're really trying to match everything and make everything cohesive, or, you know, keep on a certain design or that type of thing. It's not as easy as it looks. Okay, so let's just center this up a little bit. Perfect. And see, I really like that, and that's going to be against those blank pages, so it's going to give us a little pop of color. Okay, so I had another one for this side, and I love this purple flowers on here. And the little caterpillar, he's really cute. And I mean, technically you could make these pockets that you could stick stuff in, sticking up. I don't really want to add that block. Or you could do even from the side and make pockets. I sort of like them sort of flat. We've got so much stuff going on with flips and tucks, and we still haven't added belly bands and pockets and stuff like that into our pages. And we've almost everything we've did like journaling. Made sure we had extra room for journaling and all of that. So I think just a couple pictures right here are fine. It's not really overtaking the journal. Okay, and we've got this side to do. love the tear roller. Yep. Let's see. It just makes it a whole lot easier than, you know, doing them by hand or whatever, and you still get that really rugged look without a lot of work. So, and I like that I can move my roller around, and you know, every single tear is different depending on where I, you know, the length of the paper and where I locate it on the roller. So I like that. And just put some more glitter glue around the side. And again, I'm using Tim Holtz Distress Ink Vintage Photo. And again, we're not going to worry. It doesn't have to be even. You're not even going to see these two pages at the same time. So I'm not worried about if they line up evenly or, you know, how cohesive they look. I'm just worried about each individual page. And I really like the way that looks with the brown and the green on it. I think that sort of added that more natural vibe to it. Okay. And make sure we folded. And let's see. Okay, that's good. So we're on this side. Let me see what we had to put on here. Oh yeah, I think yep. This is the one I had. I had a couple different scraps that were different sizes, so to use for different things. And this again is a piece of, it's just sort of a marbled green. It was just a piece of random scrapbook paper that I had in my thing. I was pulling greens and browns and things like that, and this just happened to be one of them that I had. And I'm just, there's a section on here and it says the sick man, the sick boy, which I really don't want that on there. Yeah, the dead man, the dead woman, the rich man, the poor man, that type of thing. And I sort of just don't want that in there. So, although that's completely a part of nature, so I'm just going to sort of block that part that I don't really want. And I mean, down here it talks about a boy and girl and all that, and I'm good with that. So I'm just going to put that there. Okay. And then I fussy cut this dragonfly. And you'll see on the one page with, and I am going to sort of go over top of this and just sort of darken in where the white is underneath his legs, because I was not going to fussy cut in there around his legs. They were just way too much for me. I mean, I could have, but it really didn't affect me whether it was on there or not, so it didn't bother me any. Okay. And I sort of like make any browns, so then I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna put, do I want him like that? Do I want to tilt him? Nope, I want his wings like that. So that just adds something to it. And it's still gonna leave all the area, the white area around on that text page. You can actually, you know, doodle or journal on, you know, maybe a sentence or a quote, or, you know, a Bible, scripture, whatever your fancy is. A little poem. Maybe you can find a poem about dragonflies. That would be cute. And with that green on the edge, that sort of just pulls all that together. I like that. Let me put my lid back on my glue. Okay, so there are little flip ends up. We have our walk on there. It opens up for a journaling spot. Cute. Another little journaling spot. And then our, so let's pop that in there. And that's gonna look, you see, you know that there. And this is gonna flip open. So you're not gonna see that other color when this is open in here. See, that's gonna block all that. So that actually pulls a little bit of color, so you're still got some color there. And then on the other side, of course this is, and then when you flip over, you have your little dragonfly, and flip up and you'll have your journaling spot. So cute, cute, cute. So let's go back to where we were. Okay, so we were there. Okay, let's pull this out and work with this. Okay, so we're looking for nature, which I think is in the back. Yep. So we will put something down in there because I don't want to nauseated, naughty knot. So sort of like blink that out through there. So let's see. On the front here, I think I'm just gonna ink up. This is just a piece of coffee dyed paper that had torn edges, and again I sort of pulled some of this out ahead and tried to, you know, do the tearing and all that so you could, I mean, we know how to tear. We've used the tear ruler multiple times now, so everybody should know. I'm just gonna smash this down on here. Okay, and then I got this little green. I just sort of did a rough torn edge around the outside of it. I just did it by hand because it was so small. It didn't take that long. And we're just gonna add some glue on here. Lay this over that way. Maybe pull up a little bit. Slide it just that way. Just a bit. So that's on there. Then I have some little critters. Maybe a little blue butterfly. Again, I'm going to sort of hit that because I don't like all that super white. Okay. I have this little random piece of cheesecloth I found that was like a little bitty odd one. Just an itty bitty one. So let's make sure I put a little extra glue on the back of my butterfly so I can get through my cheesecloth. That's what's first line. We'll do this straight. Okay, so I just put a little bit, and I mean that's just enough that it really pops and covers. So on the inside, I was just that in there for just a little journaling spot. Have another little insect sluggy thing. He's a little slug type thing, so I'm going to put him over here in the corner. Then let me grab the big boy real fast. And I'm gonna grab my shimmery glue again. And I thought I would do like a little shimmery thing behind him. Like sort of like he left a shimmery trail all the way down the side of the page. And down around the corner. Which, I mean, it may not make a big difference, but I just thought it'd be sort of cute. Because, you know, they did those little trails that they do. Or, you know what, we could just do the whole page. That would be sort of cool. Would add a different tone to it. Let's just shimmer the whole page around him. Add a different layer to it. We'll shimmer over him too. Just shimmer it all. Okay. So that whole page will have a little bit of shimmer. This will be nice. That'll be a little bit different. It's not super shimmery, just enough shimmer you can see it on there. Okay, so we did that. Our nature is on the back. So we have this here, so we can go ahead and put this, and I had just another big piece to go across there. And again, it doesn't bother me too much that both these are green right in a row because they're going to be on 2 different pages. So and I don't care about natural at the top showing. It's more about covering all the and making a little journaling area. Okay, so there's that. So that shimmer is almost dry. And then I had these 2 teeny tiny little bugs. They're like little fly bees. They're not quite bees. I think they're, oh yeah, maybe they are bees. This one is. It's like bees, and one's like some kind of little moth. Or not moth, but just some kind of little flying insect, like a gnat or fruit fly type, something like that. Sorry for the big loud truck outside. And I'm not going again to put cheesecloth or anything over these because they're so small that I think if you try to put cheesecloth on them, you would like sort of lose them. And I'm gonna put boom at the top. Yep, I'm flying at the top, I guess. What about right here? Okay. And I am going to let me get my jar. Oops. I was looking for something specific, but I don't. that'll work because it's a gray. That'll work just as well. And you get to watch me. You know what? There's a darker gray. Choose the darker gray. And this is one of the ultra fine point Sharpies. And I'm just going to do sort of like the little fly pattern. Like he's flying off the edge of the page. And the same thing with this one. I'm gonna, oh, let's do this one down far. It goes. Like he's leaving his little flying path behind him. Just because it adds a little bit more. So just that little bit of those little lines. You know, we could come over here even with the little slug and do a little path behind him like he's. And so just those little bitty paths makes it, it's not a lot. But you can see where those little lines are, just make a little bit of difference. And it adds a little bit more to the page. And let's see, yes, that's dry. Okay, and this is nature, but I want to cover naughty and all that down here. So let's see. Let me think. Let me think. I think I'm going to use one of our little ATCs. I think we'll use this blue one. Sorry about the loud truck, it's the country. Okay, so how do we want to do this? You know what? And yes, you saw it here first. And I know I could use my art glitter glue for that, but put this right here. I wanted to use my ribbon, and I just, sometimes it just, the art glitter glue, it doesn't dry as good for me, I guess, maybe, I don't know. It may just be me. Okay. Tons of that. And put that there. I'm going to cut another little small piece of the blue. And how many times can... Yep, I'm right, guys. I'm gonna put a little bit bigger piece on there. I wasted that piece into the top, I guess. It's okay. It'll work. Here we go, just enough that that looks like it's tucked under there. Around the bottom here. Slide it just a wee bit. There we go. So those are that. I really like how this turned out. And then that puts our nature natural one all there at the top. So we've got that. Let me check my time again. Okay. So that goes like that. Okay, we have this. I'm only going to decorate the outside, which would be like this one and this one, because they're going to be the ones you turn to first. And I fussy cut the big mouse and the plan out. And I did leave a little bit of white because with that being a plan, it was so... And I'm not worried so much about the outside edges of that as getting all the white. And I did fussy cut around his little tail. Okay. That's good. And I got a little cheesecloth. So just lob off a piece there. So move that around so like it has this sort of dangling edge off the bottom. And this was straight and it's going to be covered up anyway. And so make sure we glue around all our little flowers and our stems here so they don't, because they have the tendency with being that in his tail, as small and fragile as it is, sometimes they have the tendency to get torn off or, you know, get bounced around. And so and that just fit perfectly on there. His little tail. And pull this up and put just a little bit more glue under here so it'll stick. So there's our little mousey, and I think it's cute. Now, because it is a mouse, I'm going to try to darken my cheesecloth up a bit with my vintage photo ink. There we go. This one little corner feels really loose over here. I don't want him to get torn off. There we go. So there's the front of that. I thought that was really cute. And then so on the back, I decided I would pussycut the other one that we did with the butterfly and the apple. I am going to go over that in the middle to darken that up, just to make it not so stark white. I mean, you could use like cream cardstock and you wouldn't have to deal with that, but I just used the 110-pound generic cardstock from Walmart. That's what I use. Let's see, when we cut that, we cut another piece. Yes, we did. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna put the cheesecloth on the bottom. Let me pull my Fabri-Tac out for this because I actually have an idea. But I think it would be cute for this one. So we're gonna put just a little bit of glue here for our cheesecloth. Just because I like the dangle factor that cheesecloth gives you. And I will trim this off over here because I don't want it all into my spine, because it'll bulk up your spine. So we have that, and then I have this eyelet lace that's really cute, but it sort of reminds me of like a tablecloth. So I'm thinking I'm gonna run this across there. Oh, it might be easier to put on the, and it don't have to be like completely tacked down everywhere. I just want to make sure it's where it's gonna stick. And I hate when it strings like this. I don't like. Usually I like do it on the bottom, but we can always put more on if we need to. So I'm actually gonna grab this at the top and fold it under, so it has a more finished edge at the top. So it's more flat like the top of a table. And then my bone folder and I do want to make sure I trim this up so it's not in my spine. Okay. I'm going to trim this on this edge, not the cheesecloth, just the tablecloth, and not the paper. So, there we go. So it created like a little table. Get that off my scissors before it's permanently adhered to it. Okay, let me, oh, now I better ink up right here. Both a little bit, but there you go. I am going to use my Fabri-Tac on him, because on the apple and stuff, because of the lace. I'm going to make sure I get a little bit there on the little stem. His little antenna. Okay. The string from the stem to the, and then I'm going to just sort of, so I'm going to set this right here on the little table, the little tablecloth. I'm going to ink this up a little bit, just add a little darkness to that at the bottom. Okay, so there we go. So I'm going to put this in here. So, excuse me. Little mouse looks so cute, doesn't it? So you got the little mouse over here. You got that over there, which is really cute. And then these sides I'm leaving blank so we can journal. So this is staying the way it is because it's really colorful and I love the little lily pads. And that's our envelope. Let's see, that's staying the way that it is. There we go. That's finished. That's finished. There's our awesome little flippy. And so, did we want to do, did I want to do something here? I sort of like this because it talks about the dock family, the dogwood and the duckweed. I think I'll leave it on there because there's actually like some like educational stuff in there. Yep, I think so. Okay, so that is signature 3 finished. So as far as the extra pages, so we'll have stenciling will be the next part that we go and do. Let's see, I'm trying to think if there's anything. Stenciling, and I'm not sure how long that will take. So I'll work on that, but also this page that has like the postcards. We'll work on getting it. We'll do that tomorrow. So we'll work on our stenciling next. So that's it. 3 signatures. All of the book pages are completed. All of the actual journal pages. We have the blank pages to deal with now. And again, like I said, some of those are going to be stenciled, and then we'll have, you know, tucks and pockets to fill and all that. So far we're doing pretty good, I would say. So you guys have a great day. Again, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a video. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you again later.